Hi everyone, welcome to Chris's Curated Life. I am Krista and I'm a part-time reseller on websites like Poshmark and eBay. Today is going to be a what sold video and probably the shortest one I've ever filmed because I did not make that many sales. So I'll quickly go over my numbers. This is going to be for June 22nd through the 28th. My total revenue was $353.97, a total profit of $200. I sold 13 items, 7 on eBay, 5 on Poshmark, and 1 in Depop. I did make a few changes starting towards the end of the week, promoting my closet on eBay. And I want to give a shout out to PrimeLister for carrying some sorts of sales when things are really slow. So I kind of want to show you guys how to use PrimeLister. I use their Poshmark automation tools, so check it out. I wanted to show you guys how easy it was to use their Poshmark automation tools. So click on over to the automations tab and here's a list of things that PrimeLister does. My personal favorite is the offers to likers because it is cloud-based and it will offer out offers to likers at any time. There's a ton of filters if you would like. You can disable and re-enable with the click of a button. It's made everything so easy and automated that I don't even have to think about it. And if you guys tab over to activity, you can see how much it did for my closet just in one day. If you guys want to check out PrimeLister for yourself, there's a link in my bio. You do get 1 free week, and then after that, the subscription is $24.99. Starting off with a straight down Martina skirt. This one was new with tags. Straight Down is a golf brand, and it's decently priced. I want to say the skirt was originally like $100 or something. Their sell-through rate for Straight Down is not very good at all. I do have another Straight Down men's shirt that's currently listed. I've probably had it listed for 6 months. It's new at takes, hasn't sold, but this one sold on eBay for $27.99. I took home $12.35. Next, we have a men's, I think, Bolo brand. This is a Harmit and Blaine shirt. I had polo collared men's, preppy, medium, blue chambray, because it was like kind of a chambray denim. This one sold on eBay for $26.48. There were $4 in fees, $2 cost of goods, and so I ended up taking home $15.17. This one I had listed for just about like a month and a half. Honestly, I'm very impressed with if there's any type of men's polo button down that sells for any decent amount of money, because I feel like there aren't many brands left. So the fact that this one was a medium too, I think was really great. Up next, we have a Lululemon Somatic Silver Crest reflective short sleeve shirt. This one took over a month to sell, and I'm kind of surprised about this specific style because on eBay it's sold for $31.52. And I took home $20.90, which is kind of unheard of now for a lot of Lululemon pieces. So I was very pleasantly surprised to see that. Up next on eBay, this is one of the losses. This is a Victoria's Secret Baby Doll Camise nightgown. This was Y2K, very pretty. This was the last of the 3 pieces that I have talked about that I got in the Helpsy Source box for Victoria's Secret. Because I could only sell 3 of the 20 items, my cost of goods ended up being like $24. So this did sell for $23.52. That did include shipping. So when all was said and done, I lost $8.73. However, I'm happy to have recovered most of the cost of that box now. I probably lost about $15, which no one wants to do when they have to put work in it to lose money. Anyway, this one sold almost 4 months after listing. I would pick this one up at the bins though, for sure. Next is an Athleta Warrior Longline Sports Bra. This one didn't have any pads in it, but I was pleasantly surprised by the profit I could get for it. I did have this one priced a little bit higher, so that's why it took almost 4 months to sell, but it sold on eBay for $24.52 and I took home $12.68. I do have to say, I think this was the one where I noticed it, that I had turned on the eBay promoted listings and it was set to the dynamic, and I want to say the ad rate for this one was like $16 or 16%. So I went and adjusted that because I was like, dang, that's a lot of fees. So it's a toss-up. Next on eBay, we have a Soma Cool Nights Sleep Shirt Bundle. These were an extra large. I will say you can get more than these. However, these had a decent amount of washwear on them. I listed them on the 18th of September, on the 18th of June, and they sold on the 27th, so not bad for $32.47. I took home $11.96. I did get those at the bins. Otherwise, I wouldn't pick them up because of the condition. Up next, we have a Lululemon's Commission Classic Fit Shorts. These ones I did pick up from Turnstile, and I want to say this pair had been returned before because when I looked at the style number on the dot that it had inside, it said it was a different inseam than what it actually was, which was a little confusing. And I didn't at the time have the inseam measurement in the photos. So I want to say this person wanted like the 7-inch inseam or something, and this was 11. So a very different vibe. The buyer was super sweet about it. Obviously, I gave them a full refund and everything, but I ended up taking home $15.75, and I had this relisted in May, so it took just about 2 months to resell again. I did sell another pair of those men's shorts this year as well. This one was probably my most exciting sale of the week. This is a Lucky Brands men cardigan sweater, Southwestern Aztec Tribal Festival Boho. All of the keywords. It sold for $45 on Depop, and I ended up taking home $40.48. This I want to say I had listed for $60, but the fact that this sold on Depop, I only paid $2.52 in fees, and so I was okay accepting a lower price on Depop because I knew I would be taking most of the profit home. Anything like really Aztec, this is modern and Lucky Brand, like this is something exactly what you want to keep your eye out for. This is like one of the few modern Lucky Brand pieces I've ever sold. Next, we have a Nike Dry Fit Yoga hoodie. This was a 3X, and what's crazy about this one is when I got it, it was new with tags, and I got it at the bins, but it definitely had been run over by a cart or something. And so it, as much as it saddened me, I had to cut the tag off and wash it, but it still had a decent sell-through rate. It sold after 2-ish months on Poshmark for $19. I bet you I could have gotten around $26 for it if it had new tags. I ended up making $13.60. I was really happy with it because frankly, I can never find Nike pieces that make me money. And so that hoodie specifically had a good sell-through rate, and it really helped that it was a plus size. Obviously, it would have been better if it was new with tags, but can't win them all. Up next, this is an item I'm pretty sure I undersold. This is an Old Navy women's denim shortalls. They were extra large. I also put Western Cowgirl because that is a very in right now. It's sold on Poshmark for $19 5 days after I listed it. I took home $13.20. I want to say I had this one listed for $24. I think I probably could have bumped that up to $26, maybe even $28, because I think I probably could have gotten a sale price for $22. However, this is Old Navy. I'm really happy to even be making $13 off of Old Navy. But one thing I will typically almost always pick up in Old Navy is their overalls and things like that. So keep an eye out for those. Then we have this XCVI Wearables dress. I had sleeveless, ruched, V-neck. It was a cotton blend. This sold for $27 on Poshmark, and I made $19.60. And I had this one listed since the middle of May, so just over a month to sell. What's crazy is I've actually never sold this brand before, so I got it as an experiment. And the experiment went well. So this was small. I mean, I was really, really happy with that. Okay, this is a Free People off-white chunky knit oversized tunic sweater. This is a medium. I did thrifted this at the bins. I wore it a few times. I thought I might keep it, but the V was like too wide and it was so oversized that like if you gave me this sweater in an extra small, maybe I would have worn it then. But this is one of the more things that I've gotten, or a higher price that I've gotten from a Free People item. So this sold for $27. I did get at the bins, so I took home $19.60. And that actually was the last sale that I had for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in for this very short but sweet video. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching my videos. If you like this type of content or other reseller content, I do post a what sold video once a week. And every other week I try to post something extra, like a bins haul, thrift with me, things like that. So if you want to see more reseller content, subscribe to my channel and give it a like. I'll see you all next time. Bye.